welcome to this week's Confident Club Cuppa.
Hey up.
Right, Steve, let's get stuck straight in.
Yeah.
How about this? This is out of Steve's book, right? I want you all to have a little look at this. Now, remember this, remember everybody, this is about being a failure and being a duck-up, right? So if you're going to be a complete and utter failure, this is what you need to do. Do not have values, have no vision, have no goals, and most definitely do not have any purpose. But Steve, about
Yes.
lots of fun, you mean my pink marker. So this subject of purpose, we talked about goals last time, but purpose, another mega massive subject. And I struggled with this when I was younger, actually, trying to find mine. And there's so many definitions, but, you know, really it is, why were you put on the planet? Why are you here? What is your mission to fulfill? This is Steve's words. Steve says, because I've noticed that one thing above any other that can aid your attempt at becoming a loser is having a complete lack of purpose. It would appear ours is a world where people don't know what they want and are willing to go through hell to get it.
Yeah, I know, it's funny really, isn't it? I mean, we have because we're a certain age, I don't think it gives you any wisdom, but again, I don't think most people give a passing thought to this thing called purpose when they're younger, because it's just not on the radar really. But what I'm talking about, I mean, I get this out a lot really. What I'm talking about with those four things, those four building blocks of failure, if you want to turn on each other head, success, is you need a compass to guide what you do and how you make your decisions. And those four things are critical and they all come together, and purpose is a cornerstone of them. And that's the one that people are missing quite often. So people talked about goals in last Cuppa. People like shoot for these things that they think they want, you know, striving and all that, and they get the car and the house and the money. And then on the inside they go in, is that it then? Because I don't feel actually much more motivated or satisfied or fulfilled. So this thing around purpose, it's in there somewhere. And I think unlike goals, purpose is something that's already sort of inside you. You kind of discover what it is, like what is your true north, if you like. And that's like, that could take you a while. You might not find it for a while, but you know, when you haven't got it, when you feel like all those things I just said, right, is what I would say. And a lot of people, you know, live the length of the life, but not the width of it as well, is another way of thinking about this. So there's a few tips in that chapter. We haven't got time to go into now about things not to do if you want to find your purpose, right? Things to avoid doing.
Well, I've got Andy Warhol. I love a quote. Me and my quotes, you and your quotes.
Yeah, 15 minutes of fame, Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol observed, I'm a deeply superficial person. And I think that sums up quite a lot of people. And I'll put my hand up. I have been there. I have been that deeply superficial person.
There's no wrong with that. There's no wrong with that either. I mean, I think maybe an easier way for people to understand it then is if we tip it around the other way, because the book's about business and teams and all that is about individuals. I think individuals often struggle with this thing. But if we talk about businesses, you might make it clearer, because most businesses go, we have a mission. So the other interchangeable word that people often use is mission. We have a mission or a purpose. And that's why, so we're saying, why do you exist as a person at the minute? But that's saying, why does the organization exist? You know, why are we even being created? And again, the irony with that is quite a lot of organizations I've talked to don't know. You go, why do you exist? And they go, to deliver shareholder value. And you go, that's not a mission. That's not a purpose, right? So that, again, if you want to measure a good company, they have a real sense of purpose around what they do, you know, and they can articulate it really clearly, which is good, you know. I mean, so Arco are one of our favourite clients. They've got those four building blocks are in this little tiny thing here. So, right, Arco's core purpose, to make work a better place for people.
Oh, brilliant. That's just brilliant.
Right? That's what we're here to do. So it doesn't say to make safety helmets or steel-toed boots or whatever, right? So they're really clear on that, right? Thomas Martin, genius, all on one little thing: values, purpose, vision, goals, boom, and everybody knows what they are, and they're all aligned. So at Arco, people really have a clear compass about what we should be doing, and more important, what we shouldn't be doing. So that's how I think about it in a business sense. So you just need to flip it, right? So Andy Gilbert is a good friend of ours, right? He came up with this
Yes.
idea of rather than writing a mission statement for yourself or a purpose statement, because that's what a lot of the books say. You should have something that when you look at it, it might be pictures or it might be words, it makes you go, that's what I was put here to do. You know, it sort of rings true with me. He says, write yourself a passion statement. That's a good place to start, I think.
It is, isn't it?
Passion statement. You know what? So back to what gets you out of bed and what you're really passionate about, and can you align how you spend your time? And that's not just your job, like everything, but particularly your job. Can you align what you're passionate about with what you do? Which is why you're with Confident Club and not an accountant anymore.
I was about to say that.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, when you were an accountant, what happened there? I think there was a few things. So we touched on this on International Curly Day. You had two of those interesting challenges with breast cancer, which was, and we said, didn't we, getting made redundant or getting ill or whatever is a big wake up call, and that's a good time to go, what's my purpose, right?
Yeah.
But also what you'd been doing at work naturally, you've been drifting towards all the interpersonal stuff. So you'd taken on, because nobody else would, right? You said, I'll do all the people stuff, all what you'd call soft skills, which again, I'm not disparaging accountants, but in a lot of businesses, that's like bottom of the heap, innit? Like, oh, do we need to look after people? And
my moment of glory in all of that, we did actually sell the practice to everybody eventually. And the people we sold it to, we had a big meeting, and they said, one of the main reasons we wanted to buy your practice is because of your people. I felt just right. So.
Yeah, so I think that's a great example. I think you're a great role model for that. That you had all the things that most people would think, oh, that you sorted, senior partner in an accountancy practice, nice house, car, all those things, right? But some of it was lacking, and then you naturally drifted within that business towards the people bit. And then when you had your cancer thing, you went, bugger that, I'm going to go work with Steve because that's what I really want to do. That's my purpose. Helping other people be more confident, particularly women.
Yeah, so I think we'll discuss that in a future Cuppa. But it was a bit of an aha moment for me.
Yeah, my favourite, I think from memory, I'll have to look it up. I think my favourite bit in that chapter, there's a comedian, I don't even know who he is, I got it from somewhere, called Dimitri Martin, and he put it another way. He said, I ordered a wake-up call the other day, the phone rang, and a woman's voice said, what the hell are you doing with your life? So that's what I said to anybody watching this. What the hell are you doing with your life? Get a passion statement, why don't you? I'll see it.
Bye.